Good morning. My name is Jim Zeldenrust, Athletic Director here at Plumstead Christian, and it is my privilege to announce the salutatorian of the senior class of 2018. Urban Dictionary defines salutatorian as the person who just missed being valedictorian by a few GPA points. A very miserable person indeed. Second place is just the first loser. But Luke Brodigam is neither miserable nor a loser. However, as the youngest member of his 6-person family, he is used to being the last to do a lot of things. Even still, that hasn't stopped him from being a respectful, obedient, parent-honoring son and a dedicated, cheering servant to his 3 older brothers. As a friend, Luke is loving and discerning, unbending toward peer pressure. Luke is also a great listener, supporter, and encourager. As a student, he is diligent and driven, intrinsically motivated and persevering. As an athlete, he exudes a quiet confidence, an admiring sense of humility, an unmatched will to compete, and is a loving, serving teammate. I had the privilege of coaching Luke in soccer for 4 years. A lot of times, it was more like coaching alongside of him. And I specifically remember looking at him after a season-ending district playoff loss, somewhat lost for words and feeling like maybe I didn't do enough for the team. I just said, "I'm sorry, we weren't able to get it done." He quickly responded by saying and smiling a little, "It just wasn't meant to be." Some of my most cherished memories as a coach are when players have witnessed to me, and that was definitely one of those moments. It's the steadiness of Luke's character that sticks out to most people. And for me, I was always amazed at his constant pursuit of Christ. It was often Luke who would pick out our pregame worship songs, and they always just seemed to fit. He's a young man I've never seen put aside his Christianity. When we live in a day and age when it's so easy to do so, Luke is a great example of what happens when we listen to God's word and seek the Lord. Deuteronomy 4:29 says, "But if from there you seek the Lord your God, you will find him if you seek him with all your heart and all your soul." My final anecdote comes from a sermon I recently heard about Joseph. When Pharaoh sent for Joseph, who was in jail at the time, and asked Joseph if he could interpret Pharaoh's dream, Joseph's response was, "I cannot do it, but God will give Pharaoh the answer he desires." When Luke asked me to introduce him today, the first thing that came to my mind was Joseph's response, and the fact that Luke is one of the few people I know who would answer the same way Joseph did. As sinful humans, we often default to taking the glory and benefits of God-given talents for ourselves. God-given beauty and ability comes mired by our selfishness. It is only when we are in tune with God and his word that we are reminded of who we are, children of God, recipients and vessels of his gifts. Because of that, you, class of 2018, are blessed. Because while it is Luke who stands before you today, and it is his voice that you will hear, I know that the words he will speak are from the Lord. Please welcome the salutatorian of the class of 2018, Luke Brodigam.